Brandon. I work for Remax here in the area. Are you still the owner?
Yes.
I was calling through your neighborhood. I'm sure you know the market's doing very, very well on. Have you had any thought into selling that property?
Do I have any what?
Have you had any thought into selling that property?
I don't know why. How do you get my number?
Yeah, I was just calling through the neighborhood. There's a service that it draws out numbers. But have you had any thought or have you had any idea if you were selling this year?
Maybe. I don't know.
I hear you, man. I understand it's probably a little invasive, calling you. But like I said, I was just calling through the neighborhood because the market's doing well in that area. So I was just curious to know if you had put any thoughts into selling.
How much are the homes going for?
I can run some comps for you and give you an idea. But let's say you sell it. Are you staying in Johns Island?
Yeah, I would go on. I would stay on Johns Island.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, the market's doing really, really well. And do you have a second? I can pull up some numbers for you.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Where do you think you'd head?
Where do I think it's at?
No, I'm saying where do you think you would go? Are you staying in the Charleston area, or are you skipping town?
Door.
Okay, nice. Is that closer to work, or is there a reason why you would do that?
Just closer to work and just downsizing, I guess.
I hear that. Okay. I pulled up all the sales between 1,600 and 1,900 square feet over the last 180 days, and you're looking at 14 sales, anywhere from 270 to about 310.
Okay, well, this 310s, are those the 2 stories, or because I have a 1 story?
Yeah, I see that. Let's see. So
Can you filter by 1 story, I guess?
yeah, so
Or 1 story with a loft, because there's a lot of those homes that have those layouts of 1 story with a loft.
right. That's what I'm seeing here. I'm just trying to. Yours is 4 bed, 2 bath, correct?
Correct.
All right, let me narrow it down to that. That's usually the best way. So there's been 3 sales with 4 bed, 2 bath between 1,600 and 1,900 square feet from 282 to 300. So, and those are all the kind of 1 story with the frog or the second story. Well, I mean, let's say you were to put it on the market. What would you be looking to get?
I mean, if they're going up to 300, I would hope they get 300.
Yeah, I hear that. In the perfect world, when do you see yourself putting on the market if you were to do so?
Probably end of summer.
End of summer. Okay. When you put the house on the market, is what you walk away with very important to you? What you put in your pocket?
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I love the opportunity to just see the house and sit down with you guys and give you some inexpensive tips and tricks that, when you do put it on the market, that you're getting everything out of it that you possibly can. Would you guys be willing to give me the opportunity to sit down with you 30 minutes, show you what my team has to offer, and see if we can do business together?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. What day do you have available next week? I have Tuesday at 5 or Thursday at 5. Which one do you think would be better?
Do you do mornings?
Yeah, morning's great as well. What time? I have 9 o'clock on Wednesday or 9 o'clock on Thursday. Is that too early or too late in the morning?
How early do you go? Because I start pretty early.
Yeah, I mean I can be there at 7 if you need me to be. You tell me what works best.
Yeah, 7 works.
All right.
Good.
Wednesday or Thursday?
Let's go Thursday.
Thursday at 7. All right. What's your email?
It's
Awesome. So what I'll do is I'll send you an email here in a few minutes just so you can get a little more comfortable with me and my team so you're a little more familiar with us. And I'll also tag you on our calendar. This way you have it on yours for Thursday at 7 a.m. And then what I'll do is I'll give you a call Wednesday just to ask a few homework questions and make sure that we're all good to go for Thursday.
okay.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, I appreciate the opportunity. Have a good 4th.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
All right, bye.
All right, guys. So that was a great call. I obviously, if you were listening, that didn't start out too well, but it ended great. So that kind of like one of the other leads. That's a divorcee lead. Pretty much that they came in as a divorcee lead. I didn't really get into that. I don't like to get into that unless they throw it out there. But it came in and pretty much I know that there's something going on. You could hear earlier in that phone call that he was kind of hesitant to tell me what's going on. But you ask the right questions and you dig a little deeper and you find out their motivation, then they're going to be more inclined to talk with you about if they're interested in selling and so on and so forth. So I dug a little deeper after the initial no and he was very short with me at first, and that was my fault. I wasn't ready for the call. As soon as he picked up, I jumped right in and I wasn't ready, but I was able to get out of there with an appointment. I do the same thing for almost every appointment I set, whether it's for sale by owner, expired listing, etc. It's always kind of finding people's time frame, their where, their when, their why, and then digging a little deeper into really what their why is, and then using that to set the appointment. So that person told me their time frame, they want it in the perfect world to get it on the market at the end of the summer. That's coming up. So what you can do is people that tell you they want to put it on maybe a few months down the road or a month down the road or whenever, here's how we use our professionalism, and here's how we're going to get around that to get into the door sooner rather than later. The number one thing is people want as much money for their property as possible. So if I can come out and I can offer you some inexpensive tips and tricks that when you put the house on the market, you make sure you get every dollar out of it possible. So if you heard me and you were listening on the call, I told them, look, I'd love to sit down with you guys, show you the sales in the area, give you an idea what the markets look like, and also give you some tips on inexpensive tips and tricks that when you do put it on the market, you can make sure you get every dollar out of it as possible. And it's almost a no-brainer. If they're interested in selling, it's a no-brainer. They're gonna meet with you because at the end of the day, 99% of the time, people want as much money as possible. So you can use that as your way to get into the door now. Because what's gonna happen? A lot of the times, if you don't set that appointment, then especially people they told me they were interested in selling at the end of the summer. So maybe they have a friend in the business who's going to come out and meet. Maybe I planted the seed that they're going to be selling, or they're thinking about selling, and they're going to reach out to their friend that they have in real estate, or they're going to reach out to a friend that knows somebody in real estate, and they're going to meet with them, and they're going to list with them. Here's the thing. That's why it's super important to make sure that you get into the door sooner rather than later, so that you can go ahead and offer your value. It's super important that you go ahead and get into the door. But again, I do the same thing for every appointment. I'm going to set the appointment. I'm going to shoot an email. I'm going to shoot a text, just a little bit about our team, thanking them for the opportunity, and then I'm going to tag them on our calendar. This way that they have it on their calendar as well.